Primary elections scheduled to be held in Colorado, Georgia, Maryland, and Utah, and 4 caucus votes, too, in Idaho, Minnesota, Washington State, and the Territory of American Samoa. Only party delegates vote in caucuses, but what exactly is a delegate? And for that matter, what about such murky political terms as stumping and spin control? We've been researching political jargon recently, and here's a little bit of what we've learned.
A primary. Are we talking about an election?
Electable?
Infrastructure. I don't know, I can't even spell that, I don't think.
Super Tuesday, primary, caucus, delegate, lobbyist, intelligent, flesh, presidential.
What's happening in the world economy is like a hockey game. The whole war is over. Round one. I'm here to say, hey. It's time to put some teeth into a workfare law.
What does all this mean? Seems as if elections have a language all of their own. It can be difficult to understand what the candidates are saying and what's being said about the candidates. So before you vote, here's an MTV guide to Election Speak 92.
Okay, Election 101. What is Super Tuesday?
I can only think of something in sports.
Super Tuesday is when I think it's in the Midwest. There are a lot of primaries all at once.
Oh, God, Super Tuesday. Super Tuesday. Is that in New Hampshire?
Super Tuesday. I don't know, I'm thinking more about Mardi Gras with that Tuesday, so I don't know much about Super Tuesday.
Super Tuesday is Tuesday, March 10th, when voters in 11 states, from Texas to Florida to Massachusetts, will go to the polls. Super Tuesday is so important because there are more delegates selected on that day than on any other primary day of the entire season. If a candidate can win a lot of delegates on Super Tuesday, they have a real head start on winning the whole nomination.
Next. Do you know what a primary is?
That's where they decide who's going to go and be candidates.
Sort of.
Free elections to get the candidates to the presidency.
Close.
A primary is an election that takes place within a party, and they determine who you want to be the party's candidate in the fall election.
How about a caucus?
Caucus is similar to a primary as far as I know.
Not quite.
Well, primary is the voters elect the delegates directly, and a caucus is it's more of an informal meeting.
A little better.
A caucus is like a primary, except that instead of voting in a voting booth, you go to a kind of a town meeting where you get together with your friends and neighbors and declare publicly who you want to vote for.
Do you know what the papers mean when they refer to flesh pressing?
No?
Flesh pressing. It's not what you think.
Going out there shaking hands and stuff like that.
Kissing babies and stuff like that.
Flesh pressing is when candidates go out and meet voters, shake hands with them. If a flesh peddler is a pornographer, a flesh presser is a politician.
Moving on, what's a spin doctor?
Spin doctors are the political advisors who go out to the press after a debate or a primary and try to confuse all the reporters into believing that their candidate really won, even if they didn't.
Do you know what a spin doctor is?
Yeah, spin doctor are these Washington inside the Beltway people who kind of tell us how to think.
Here's a good one. Electable.
Well, electable is a gut feeling you have about somebody. It's
somebody who has a reasonably good chance of being elected president.
Stumping.
Stumping. Isn't it when you step hard or something?
The stump is the campaign. It comes from standing on a tree stump, but it's now come to mean going out and giving the same speech over and over again in different parts of the country.
Presidential.
Looking for someone with some charisma, someone with personality. You might say Reagan is that, but was he a good president? Maybe not.
Buzzwords are lingo that exist in any area, sports, music, in this case, politics. They can be a lot of fun, but for people who don't understand them, they can be alienating and discourage people from voting and participating.
Political jargon explained. That's the news for now. Try to catch our daily news show, The Day in Iraq, at 8 and 12:30 at night, and again at 8 and 12:30 the following day. We'll be back with more news later here on MTV.